Hi, I'm Jake Park and I'm here at RTA Cabinet Store, and this video is going to be on assembling a diagonal corner wall cabinet. First thing you want to do is you want to get yourself a nice work surface, get yourself a couple tools. One thing to make your life a little easier: cordless drill, flathead screwdriver, and a box cutter. Once you have all these things, nice work surface, you want to open the box, lay out all your parts, familiarize yourself with them, make sure there's no damages. Get all the hardware packed out, make sure that you don't throw those away, and get started on your project. Alright, so we have everything laid out here. One thing I wanted to point out is that in the box there is some bubble wrap, which I put right here on our table so that we don't scratch our door. So we have our door and our face frame. We have a side piece and another side piece. They're universal, doesn't matter which side they go on. We have our back panel, which will go in last. We have our two top pieces or bottom pieces. There's one of each, and they're universal, doesn't matter which way they go. And we also have two of the back pieces, which you'll notice are a little bit wider than the sides. And with these pieces being wider than the sides, that's what gives it the dimension of 24 inches off each wall. So have all these pieces laid out nice and neat here. And we also have our door damper, so depending on which cabinet line you get, yours may or may not come with the damper that attaches to the hinge. And then we also have all of our shelf clips. Now this style uses a metal shelf clip. Yours might come with a plastic shelf clip, but just for the video purposes, this one does have the metal shelf clips, so make sure when you're opening this up that you don't throw these away. So we're going to start by laying the face frame down. I'm going to clear all this stuff off the table, give ourselves a nice work surface, and we'll get started. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and put the first piece on, which would be the top or the bottom, depending on how you want your door hinge to open, left or right. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this piece on. You just want to fit it down into the dado, make sure that the cam lock lines up, and then give it about a 3/4 twist. And then that'll allow for the side pieces to go on. Now you may want to start actually with your side pieces, depending on user preference. I generally start with these pieces. There's no right or wrong for that, but I generally start with these. That way I can slide the next pieces on, and then and you'll see as we continue on how it flows nicely by doing it this way. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is put the side piece on, and you'll notice that on the face frame is actually routed out to receive the side panel. And so what you want to do is make sure that the grooves of the side panel line up nicely with these top and bottom pieces, and that they fit nicely into male cam lock fits nicely into the female cam lock. Give it a 3/4 twist on the cam lock itself, and that'll be enough to hold it in place. And we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Now is we're going to put on what you would call the back pieces, but they are really just larger side pieces. These will be what actually goes up against the wall when you have your diagonal corner cabinet up. And one thing that I wanted to point out is that it may take a little bit of finagling here to actually get everything to fit right, but don't be discouraged if you don't get it exactly right on the first try, just because there's a lot of moving parts here. You just want to make sure that all your cam locks are opened up so that the male pieces fit nicely in there. And then once you have one or two in place, everything will start to fit together really nicely. So we have all the side and back pieces on. The last thing that's going to go into place is just the back panel itself. And what will happen is you'll actually just slide it into place. There's grooves that are routed out in these back panels, and so you'll just fit it into those grooves, and then you'll slide it in place. And then some people will choose to maybe brad nail this back panel into the top and bottom pieces, or you can take some small screws and put them in there. But generally, once you have the thing assembled how it is now and then installed, this back panel isn't actually going to go anywhere. But if you choose to do so for some extra added security, you can do that. It's definitely not going to hurt anything. Alright, we have our diagonal corner wall cabinet assembled here. The last thing that we're going to want to do is install all of our shelf clips and our shelves. For any more installation tips and tricks, visit our website, rtacabinetstore.com.